Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to Powercast here from the Black Table up in Gimwe Country. I'm your host, the Golden Mike from the North, Bala Mau Power. As you can see, the settings are a bit different here, but we'll get into that. Now, this is episode 11, and before I get into introducing my guest and the topic of what we discussed, I'd like to say and show respect and acknowledgement to our traditional custodians of this land, which we are streaming live from here in Gimwe Country, and also extend that acknowledgement all the way to all the ancestors and our bloodlines where we are tuning in from. Now, tonight's guest, my Bala, here to talk about the topic of legacy. We go way back, but we're going to go into that here. And I want to introduce here to the Black Table live, first time in this setting for you guys to tune in and have a look at, my brother, all the way from up in Zanat, but here with us, Bala Dayne Jah.
Hey, how's it going, bro?
I just want to say, after that, I'm a big fan.
Likewise. Once again, before we start, I just want to acknowledge the traditional owners. Yeah, we're Gimwe Country and the Yindinji Mobia in Cairns, and all the traditional owners throughout the mainland of Australia. And also, I don't want to forget all them elders be me. Past, present, and future elders be me and leaders up in Torres Strait. I want to give them, I want to salute them, salute all our warriors, our soldiers who's in the grind there. And, as we all elevating in this time of moment into life, I'm going to see the full, seeing the fullness of our destiny. But so before I start, I just want to acknowledge everyone, and I want to thank you once again for inviting me. It's a pleasure, an honor, a privilege to be here on this podcast and this Powercast and this platform. And once again, that's what they Bala.
No worries, Bala. And it's been great. 11 episodes.
Yes.
And you've been a part of the journey.
Yes.
For those who don't know, Dayne Jah is behind the scenes with us and part of the team of Powercast. So it's great to have him on because you entrepreneur, cultural advocate, hip-hop artist and rapper, a spiritual man, someone who really represents the Torres Strait culture and heritage. And we grew up together, one of the founding members of One Blood Hidden Image.
Wow.
So it's special to have you here right now, because we this all was birthed from the journey that we won.
Yeah. It's an honor, my brother.
Yeah. Hey, brother, you have to take us back, to the upbringing and just build a context.
Yes. Well, the upbringing of mine, well, first of all, for the audience there that know me, my name is Dayne Noah. I'm originally from Murray Island, and it is situated outside of in the Torres Strait, in the eastern part of Torres Strait. And there's three clusters there. There's Murray Island, Erub, Danle, and Ugar. And, my upbringing was, I was raised in Torres Strait, but in the near-western and part of Torres Strait, which was TI. And we grew up there, and that was the beginning of my journey. And as we talking and taking everyone through my journey, building this legacy. And yes. But bro, yes, congratulations once again for episode 11.
Thank you.
But just want to, because just for the audience there too, like throughout this this interview, we will be bringing out more gems and things that will help everyone too and inspire everyone for through their life journey as well. Because as I see episode 11, bro, it's a prophetic number too. 11 is a number of transition. Wow. So when you look at number 11, it signifies when 11 is an hour before a new day. Or 12 in the morning. So when we look at that number, it's a number of transitioning from where you were before into a new era or a new vision of your life, something like that. Yeah.
That's profound, brother. Yes. Shout out to the sister Elizabeth Whitemara. They're tuning in all the way down New South Wales.
No worries.
Tuning in, sis. So thank you for tuning in, and everybody else that's tuning in. I hope you get to enjoy this program, man. So Dayne Jah, Your background, like we've broken out the context just for people. Like there were two predominantly regions of the Torres Strait, the east
Yes.
and the west, and you hail from Mer, a very significant, iconic region.
Yeah.
Especially if in the global context, but also within the global context.
Yeah.
It is most recognized for the iconic decision
Yes.
where Atkoiki,
Yeah.
went through in '92
Yeah.
as the Marble case that we talk about, and it's always been a very staunch, proud region to advocate. And
Yes.
still today, the movement going through, you can see that the people are very driven by that. Has that influenced your life?
Yes, it influenced me a lot because, like I said, like when I was growing up back in the days, through my childhood till now, like I've been surrounded by leaders, and leaders like leaders that has passed already, but I'm still surrounded by them, and still their voice. That's the main thing we're going to speak more as we go into depth of legacy. It's the power of word, a power of the word that is still living today. And we can speak about culture, speak about spiritual things. It's always about the power, because like for me, like a spiritual man as well, I'm also a Christian, which I'm proud to say that, a cultural man as well. So I'm an advocate in two spiritual side of culture and spiritual side as well. But like there is power in the word, because life and death, it comes from the power of word.
Yes.
So creation came from saying, let there be light. So I believe that if someone wants to be down, they can say bad things as well.
Yes.
And it will actually bring you down, because that's the power of word. But if you want to motivate yourself, it's good to say positive things every time. Like you have to have that mindset.
Yes.
To bring forth, and you will birth out something in the atmosphere, because this spiritual realm, it's like a ground. It's like what you sow, it's like what you plant in the ground, eventually it will grow.
Yes.
That's how the system works in this universe. So
that's right. You hear the term all the time, I speak it into existence.
yes.
When the spoken word is powerful and with intent, it does carry and create. That's amazing. And we can look at that from all angles. We don't have to categorize it, but understand the universal concept and the flow of it.
Yes.
And that's what we're trying to get to the core of, because our journey was the power of word.
Yeah.
The power of the word and the written word, and we projected that through music.
Yes.
Which will go into the foundation, so everybody can understand how the beginnings, because there's a lot of profound things that crosses, and we're family as well.
Yeah.
Not only like your mothers and uncles, family as well, but and that's just the interconnection, because that's the meaning of what one blood hidden image meant.
Yes,
it's that intertwining of culture connection from all the 5 regions under one umbrella to be able to deliver these messages, the teachings.
Yes,
and I just wanted to say I want to shout out to another. I know close to both of us. Another inspiration was the dad.
Yeah,
the Mike, the setup, he trained me in media, so here we are still doing what we're doing.
That's true.
So so you were gonna say
just the power of legacy, like even the meaning of legacy. This is like, I just want to share it to the audience out there, like the power of legacy, from my perspective and my opinion on legacy is we're talking about a life story, but not just a story, but the story of a person who actually brings an impact the lives of the generation in his time. Because we're looking at legacy. That's why the album that will be released, we will talk about that later down, because the album will be released next year. And the legacy album that I've created, because all of the leaders, the legacy that they've imprint upon Zenatkes, it lasts for centuries, and I'm very inspired from that. Like we spoke about, like getting inspired about the Mabo case and especially the 5 plaintiffs as well, because my dad is Dayne Noah Senior, my mom's is May Passy as well, because her father was one of the 5 plaintiffs and one of the main voices in the plaintiffs, and his name is Sam Passy, along with his little brother Dave Passy,
Yes.
Reverend Dave Passy. Yeah.
I'm glad you mentioned that. I mean, that's
Mm.
something that always I know now is deeply acknowledged,
Yes.
and really be able to acknowledge all of those who have contributed to that
Yes.
particular part of the journey, and the journey still goes on.
It still goes
And then
on.
we do that, through our music as well, and
Yeah.
through things that we do in media.
Yeah.
Now, if I can go back now to before you were before we connected,
Yeah.
there was a line in a journey that you traveled. You grew up on Waibani,
Yes.
Thursday Island, as they call it in the Kaure country. So
Yeah.
out to all my families down top,
Yes.
who are tuning in, all the way from the Torres Strait, but also there in the island in the
Yeah.
Kaibalagal region.
Yeah.
And what was that like when RH Boy?
Yeah.
For those who don't know, RH Boy, that's Rose
yeah,
Hill.
so Rose Hill, well, before Rose Hill, before that transition again, before changing that movement, it was in John Street, in town, in the town area. So the Tamwai town and Rose Hill was, it was one of the places where the blacks was situated in the separate parts at the back.
Yes.
Because at the front it was
Port Kennedy, and then the track communities. That's where they would. It was the reserve.
Yes.
They would put all our families there.
Yeah.
And not allowed to intermix. Yeah.
Yeah. So we were brought in that era, especially, but we already seen that transition to the 80s, 70s, and through the 80s as well. So we were blessed to be brought up in the unity was starting, because we were still having people were still having their voices and still fighting, and still we say like still having that warrior in us, and we were still fighting for land or territory. So at that time it was intertwining now, and everything was the beginning of unity.
Yes.
So I believe that's how I grew up, and we were situated in John Street. It was behind the setting too. In that area we grew up, we had the Awangs.
Yes.
So it was that who passed away, Ate Achi Awang. That was Leroy's grandfather. And they all were living there next door, and we had the mills. Aka Ariat and Ate Ariat. Our parents bore mom bore Tamat and Richard.
Yes.
So they lived up at Jackie Balus. Them was I see them play every time. So and we had them other mobs at the Moors.
Yes.
Raymond Moore and them play. Yeah, parents them put there down. Yeah, but just the surroundings was very good, because we were based there. But Saima was emerging at that time. So my dad was working there.
What is Saima? So people know.
So Saima is Torres Strait Islander Media Association.
Yeah.
It was a radio station that was built. It was a broadcast radio first, then sorry, not a broadcast, but what you call it, Brax. It was Brax first, then it birthed into Saima.
Yes.
And Saima was the main voice, where they, for me, when I look at it, when the elders and through my father connected, and they created that voice called the voice of the Torres Straits. And I believe that word itself has an in-depth meaning.
Absolutely.
It's a prophetic word as well, because it speaks what we do today, documenting who we are. And so the radio was a big influence in my life, through my dad, inspired because he was doing music as well. I think he was the first one to record music, because he had the facilities there and had all the instruments and the equipment to do that, because no one had it. They only, because I believe that everyone around Torres Strait, they were only recording it from tape recorders.
Yes.
If people don't know about tape recorders, is like small, cassettes, but they only doing recording there. But my dad, he changed everything now. So he started recording in the studio, in the radio. So I was there a couple of times, not a couple of times, nearly all my life. We were there. Sometimes I was sleeping under the desk when my dad recording music. And the other time, like my dad was recording, and you could just see I was laying with my sheet cover and all that. And one time my dad was recording, I just want to shout out to my dad there if he's watching this. The other time he was like, while he was recording the song, because I was staring at him from from underneath for a very long time. Like I was just watching him, and he was singing, and then bust a big laugh. He was laughing, and he was like, "Hey, hide your face." And I was like, "Oh yeah, we had that small laugh, but little did he know, little did he know that he inspired me for who I am today.
Yes.
Because even cameras, trust me, like we go back into the 90s, the cameras came out. Now only Sima had it, and we had access to all of the cameras. We took all of the cameras home, and we were doing filming.
Yeah.
We were young, we were doing film and all the stuff, because we usually have piles and piles of WWF videos from Video 2000 for all the TI mob there watching. They know the Video 2000, the Lifus, they selling all the video cassettes.
Yeah.
And we were there, like we had all the piles of WWF videos, and we were streaming and making our own wrestling videos in the house. But it was classic. But yeah, but anyway, like growing up, getting inspired on that. But that also shout out to my Bala Atu there, my big brother Atu and Avon Jr. One of the two, one of the main guys who really inspired me back in the days, because every hip hop music that released from America, we got the latest. And the latest was always playing the hip hop. We were in that hip hop era. From reggae and hip hop was very popular in that time.
Yes.
So 1996, All Eyes on Me came out. We enjoy that album. That album was one of the best in that time. Still today, Biggie Smalls came out.
Yep.
We got Method Man, the Wu-Tang Clan, and the Nas and Rakim, and all of these main artists really inspired me. But we were inspired too, because I don't know if some of the brothers will remember, like because in TI they always call us wannabes because we always walk in baggy clothes, hats, and that was the style. That was the new era that we were influenced by. And I always remember underneath the house we always beatbox. We always drive freestyle. Freestyle was the main drive. It was the main drive that inspired us. So freestyling and being spontaneous with lyrics and creating things just there and then.
Man.
And yes.
Okay, I want to do something different, because this whole setup, and you talk about the transformation, number 11, and it's I call it fits legacy.
Yeah.
But I want to actually, you want to spit a freestyle or something here right now?
Yeah. You can chuck me a beat.
Okay, well, you continue. First, I want to say shout out to the sister guy Elizabeth again. And I'm talking about them. Say wow, Mom got plenty of stories of the days under the act. And yes, under the act was that transition where we were controlled by the protector. They called him up then.
Yeah,
and a lot of our the generations before, especially the Marcus and aunties and uncles and aunties generations were under that, which was a very heavy time, which we can touch back on. And then sharing the stuff there with the influence with your dad. That's exactly the same. I came through looking at that. That's why I'm here.
That's true.
I can tell the story. I told the story about how I went into Simon about to that later.
Yeah.
But now you're talking about the realm which we connected under, which is hip hop, and the same connection about getting the latest music. I always thought, on HI I had the latest music, and it was always the race. And then we used to always go and dub cassettes, pass cassettes on it. You can take me.
True.
But look. Set up the scene. I'm going to find a beat here for you, and I'm going to try and work this here. Hopefully, it works through this. I believe it will.
Yes.
And what I will want you to do is like to go through the process of what freestyling is.
Yes.
For you.
Well, for me, freestyling is being spontaneous with rhymes. So, poetry. There's two different rhyme writers, poetry writers. Poetry where you can write rhymes and spit it from what's written, and a written rhyme. But a freestyle is a whole new dimension. It's where you chuck a beat or you do a beatbox, and we just freestyle that flows through your mind, what you see or what you pick up, what's around you, that's what you rhyme on. And I've never done that for a very long time, because it was back in the 90s and going through the 2000 era. And Atu was the main freestyler in where we brought up. So we were always playing beatbox for him. But there was one time when that was the turnaround now I had that changed my whole life to making me be that the music artist and the illest MC from the Eastern Seas right now.
I remember that.
So why the reason why I was influenced by him, inspired by him, because one time we were downstairs and it was me, him, and my little brother Jared. Just a shout out to brother Jared there, Noah. Yes, and he was doing a beatbox, and we all were doing beatbox. And Leroy Bala Atu was really going into it and freestyling for hours and hours. And one stage he was like, "Hey Bala, it's your turn now." I'm tired of rapping. And I was like, and he was like, "Hey, stop asking me to rap. You rap." And I got really offended at that time.
Really?
Yeah, I got really offended. I was like, "Hey, come on." But anyway, so the turnaround was there.
Yeah.
Then after that moment, years from there, you couldn't stop me rhyming.
Yeah.
I went into practice after practice, writing rhymes, writing my own rhymes. I had first freestyle I can still remember, but yeah, well, shout out to the Ballas there too as well. OBHI, the original crew.
Yes.
Wow, Bala Cagney.
Another freestyle genius.
Yes, Wawa, true. Bala Cagney there, Josh Mills, Bala Monday, Bala Troy there, Kirk, Bala Atu as well. Yeah, we all came together, but that was later down the track. But Atu came up. Then when we were in high school, Bala Josh came from Cairns. He went and started schooling up in Thursday Island High School. And when he went there, because when we done beatbox, it was different style we done. It was always on a click. So we done that. But when he came, he done beatbox like he started, okay, you can put more bass into it. And I didn't know beatbox had that in another level that you can do that. So he introduced that, and we were like, okay, you do the beats and we rap. So he knew that. So we always doing that from year 10 in 2000 to 2001 to 2002. But yes, so that's how freestyle, and we done it everywhere, like even at school, everywhere, disco, outside, you know.
Well, let's get into a freestyle right
now.
Yeah. I got the beat ready, and I'm sure people want to hear this stuff.
Yes, well, I'll try my best. But
okay, drop comments, give feedback and stuff. All right, I hope you guys can hear this beat.
Yes.
Like I said, it's brand new. We're trying something new here.
Okay,
and here we go.
Give me the beat, bro. Mic check. Bala Dayne Jah, Legacy, live and exclusive. Come on. Yes. Let me do your freestyle rap for you. Come on, what we gonna do? Yes, me and Bala Mau Power with the old crew. Yes, or when I wanna set the temperature. Oh yes, I'm the entrepreneur with power coming up. Oh, in this podcast or powercast, everybody know. Can you give me the forecast of the weather? Yes, this is a new season. I got to tell you now, this is Bala Dayne Jah coming up, and I'm ripping mics for Jesus Christ. But anyway, that's my transition in life. Yes, one step as I will encourage you. I will encourage you, but what can we do? It's beautiful when the lyrics come straight from your mind. Freestyle doing a freaky design in my mind. Yes, that's what I do when I open mics when I come up. Oh yes, dropping here tonight. Yes, on this powercast, what can you do? One step. Oh yes, can you view all the audience? Can you come? Stay connected when I come. Yes, my rhyme's perfected in this rhyme when I come. Yo, everybody know where I'm from. This is Dayne Jah old. Yes, Legacy one more time. Come on. That's freestyle. That's it.
Oh man.
Wow.
That's so
Yes.
So dusting off the cobwebs and getting the microphone out.
Yes, sorry there.
No, that's dope, man.
Yeah.
Wow, no, too good. That's a freestyle.
Yeah.
And that's what they always like, right? You pass the mic, pass the flow.
Yes.
You know,
Yes.
I remember the game we used to play called Pass the Flow.
Yes.
And that's what when you would
Yeah.
rap about a topic, pick a topic, and rap about it, and then pass it on, and we just have to pick it up. Or sometimes you cut in.
Yes, because I even listened, like, going back to John Street, we had Byra.
The mic there.
Sorry, we had this another big brother there. Shout out to we call ourselves aliens, the town boys.
Yep.
Balamang's there, Baga. We have Balabaira there.
Yep.
PS. Was it Philip Kennedy?
Yes.
Wow, Philip Kennedy, another inspiration too. He always comes, intoxicated, and we always, he comes under the house, and we were like just in year 8, I think, or year 9, and he was busting lyrics, and we were pumping beats, and we were inspired. But they had all the boys, the big brothers, they were sitting on the Byra's house. It's next door from Artu's house.
Mm-hmm.
So we go stand in the fence, and they do it live on guitar.
Yeah,
and they jamming, and they rapping, and they doing the island style. So I was like, okay. So that's why I was influenced. I was like, okay, if we do freestyle or write hip hop, let's do it in our style.
Yeah, and that was something new, right?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, something new that we captured to be able to put on now. Because before that, prior to that, it was always trying to hit the lyrics of emulating the people that you admire.
Mm-hmm.
But then it became a part of how do we create our own identity.
Yes.
And, I can speak of the transition for myself. And it was when I started producing things like My Blood, My People, and then OBHI, and we started to create outings, which we will get into. And, just a link there, Bala, Philip Kennedy.
Yeah.
The nephew of them, there's Jesse Lee, which is my cousin, so that's our family. And then he introduced me to the boys that we became Poverty as Production Crew.
Yes,
the original crew in Brisbane.
That's true.
So it kind of goes full circle, and then that's the foundation. So we kind of interlink all the way down to Brisbane, back up to TI. So
you inspired us too, because we heard once the music came out, we heard it back in TI. It was like, oh, come on, this is our chance, this is our time. Like, but I believe that the Homeboys came out.
Yeah.
Wow. I think we
Shout
were.
out to Ronnie Vince.
Yes.
He's the one that we leaked the track.
Yes.
I was on my vacation, which we were talking about.
Okay.
I was on my vacation, and then all of a sudden, Bourbon Street was pumping Homeboys.
Yeah.
Ronnie Vince gave it to the Dax, I think, was the one spinning it.
Yeah.
And it just spread. And then when I revisited back from Brisbane back up to true, it's out.
Yeah.
And then that's when we connected.
Yes.
You remember that story?
Yes, I remember going back.
I think I got some video footage of that one.
Yeah. And I think the first time we met you, but we go way back too, because as we're saying, like surrounding myself in that through music, because like my dad was a composer himself, him and my mom.
Yes.
My uncles and my grandfathers, my dad's uncles, they were music composers as well. Beautiful island music, contemporary. My dad came into with the contemporary.
Yes.
He changed the whole game.
Yes.
So when we came, so I grew up like around Waruku's Rainmakers. That was the Murray Island band.
Yep.
And there was King Kadu.
Yeah,
Kadu, they created that band out in Murray Island, and that's all the songs Gainawa, Kubiaganawa, and all them other songs that came out, and that was in that era. Because I believe that going back, I think it was 95, Mardi Gras music, Mardi Gras. We always have in town in TI.
Oh, yep.
They block off all the places. It was just outside the old Island Rooster.
Yes.
So I think that the place that they built now is next to the Grand Driving.
Yes.
So Old Island Rooster, Fruit Band, they was there, but the stage was there. So it was a big semi-truck trailer, and they had the band set up there.
Yes.
And all of the families, because back in the days, unity was really big. The importance of everyone coming together.
Yes.
I don't see it no more. I don't see it today.
Yeah.
It's really hard now. Everyone's like, it's always me now, myself, and it's really hard to get family connected like before days.
Yes.
But anyway, so like that's the time when I was inspired on that King Kadu. He came out with the band Walrus Rainmakers. I can just remember the band members, the original band members was Victor Marble. Shout out to them on them families out on Murray Island. The late Jackson Wailu, King Kadu, Izex is my uncle there. Isaac Sally, Uncle Blakey Kaige, he was the organ player, and they jammed it there. So we had two brothers as well, Uncle Paul Wailu, and his brother. They were doing dancing. So every time when they sing, when the performance comes to the chorus, then the chorus goes, then the traditional song come in. And they dance, they perform that, and I was inspired because at that same time, my little brother Kristen Noah, he was playing his first music. There was a competition out there for them young kids. He was competing too, which is very good. He was playing a song for my dad called Miriam Samse. It was a song that was created for the 8 tribes of Mer. So in that time, but also I was connected to music in primary school into a choir. So we were, and shout out to our music teacher, Mrs. Stephanie Savage. She was a choir teacher, and I was in the choir at that time. So got involved around music a lot.
And you interested, like Mrs. Savage there, she was instrumental in teaching me music young. You know, we had same thing in a choir sort of group in the school, in primary school. And I remember, this is why I think I owed rap to you, especially with the tongue twisters, because I remember we used to get those excuse me guys, those nursery rhymes. And the one that I remember was the Betty Butter one. You have to go, Betty Butter, butter, but she says my butter's bitter. If I put it in my batter, it will make my batter bitter. Not a bitter, bitter, butter, bitter, butter. That will make my batter bitter yet. I remember that simply because I remember because I was staying on John Street there too. My uncle stayed there, where the Torres Pius house was, next to the church. Where Black Horse Street and John Street. And every time we come after school, and when I got that assignment, I had to go back, and I wanted to be the fastest to do it. The fastest to do it. So I went home and practiced, the tapping, and then I came back, and when I started, people was like, "What the?"
Yeah, true. Well, like even talking about primary school, like
I should speak on my book.
Even them books, like, because I was inspired to the rhyming books of Dan the Flying Man.
I remember that.
Dan the Flying Man was one of my favorite books, and I was inspired.
Tiki,
All of that, and Miss Martin too, Michelle Martin. She was my grade 1 teacher, and Miss Namok. But wow, going back.
But it was interesting. So I became there. I should spin it to see how fast I can do that.
Yeah.
Okay, it goes.
Go.
I know I might miss a few words, but it goes. Betty but if I put it in my bed, not a bit but like my baby yet.
Classic. Wow, come on.
And that's what I did, because it's a triangle. The triangle is like, well, what's going on? I don't know. But thank you, Mr. Savage, and all the school music teachers. I know Mr. Lofgren when I went over to TIO was very instrumental in that, and Mr. Needham. I mean, we can reminisce like all of them. Mr. James when we got to high school.
Uncle Larry James.
Iconic. Generations after generations.
Going to high school now, like even when we met later on in life through One Blood Hidden Image, in high school, I believe I was one of your drummer because we had Maki Vitz on the guitar. We had Bala Vitz too, Ronnie Vitz there. Ronnie Vitz got he opened that door for me to come and join the crew. Because I think we had Clivey. Clivey was there live. And you was standing and you were rapping, and I think we were doing Hit 'Em Up. Hit 'Em Up instrumental, and I was the drummer, and that was the first time.
And that was like, I was 17. It was
so because that was 98.
98, 99. I was 16. 16. It was 99. You graduated.
Man, because even when you done that, I was influenced on that. Then when we were in year 12, now a senior of that school, me and Ronnie Vitz, we created a band called Yarak Piknini.
Hey!
And Yarok Piknini, I'm translating that is hungry children. So like, yeah, going through that, but we done another version of Hit 'em Up instrumentals where I had Sasha Gee on the drums, Bala Verns there on the organs, Bala Vitz on the guitar. I forgot who was on the bass. It was me and Bala Nas Chris. Sona Chris, and he had a lyrics, I think, from Cypress Hill or thing. He was spitting that, but I was doing a rhyme that I wrote.
Yes.
And it was really good. And after that, doing breakdance, introducing breakdance to the school, and everyone was screaming out like that was the first time. And I believe I still remember the chorus. And shout out to Balanas Naste, Balanasnas from there were TI. It was so, I forgot it. Balanas with the sunshine in the rain with Balanas and not the Dayne. We're gonna take your life away. It was like it was that like lyrics but that was the humble beginnings. But,
hey, that's what it was. You have to
yes.
Start somewhere, and the thing was we weren't shy about it. We just went in.
Yeah.
We did it.
Yeah.
I just gotta say some shout outs here.
Yeah.
Bala William Joe Bano.
Yeah.
Just say homeboys days,
Noah.
high school homeboys days, and yes, One Blood Hidden Image was
Yes.
the born man. Bala Ties, thank you for joining in.
Yes.
Buddy Wang, yes, thank you for always
Yes.
to always coming in here and joining the show every Friday. And it's always great to
Nice.
reminisce and also great to hear them yarns.
Yes.
Now we'll tell you for where we connected.
Yeah.
And I'm interested with the period. Something happened when we did we connected and we started creating our music.
Okay.
A whole transition that happened.
Yes. Because like there we were doing freestyle.
Yes.
And we always had a dream.
Yeah.
Because dream is always the beginning of something great. So when you see dreams and vision is two different things.
Mm-hmm.
Because you can dream a dream, but if you don't plan your dream, it won't become a vision.
Yes.
It's a point where in life you will approach that and focus on moving forward towards your goals.
Yes.
So I believe that we were waiting, but as the universe and the atmosphere and God itself, how he creates everything, because the main thing that I always sing from back in One Blood Hidden Image till now, Warrior's Destiny. It was always my main word of talking about one's destiny.
Yes.
But because of our warrior's background, we're fighting towards something that we want to break from.
Yes.
So in that time, we were partying at Bourbon Street.
Of course. Yes.
We came out and they said, I think it was Troy Cook.
Yes.
He would say, hey bro, you got bala mau power, yeah? And they also were a hardware store. And at that time, we were drunk and in the party mode back in the days. But they were saying like, hey, he's there. And he wants to talk to us about music. So we approached you. And that was the time it was like, okay, go drop a beat. So we introduced ourselves. You knew about us, but we wanted to introduce it more.
Yes.
Through freestyle. So we started freestyling and we had Sister Jody there. She was doing chorus and me and Kags was ripping the mics and Atu. And then later, straight after that, you were like, Uche boys, come over to HI.
That's so funny.
Yes. Then we went over.
Yeah. That was I guess some of that stuff on film still.
Yes.
Corner of Hardware, there was Corner of Hardware down Blackout Street and Douglas Street, Dover Street. That was the birth of the moment.
Yes.
Most people don't remember, like know of that story. So and then just grew from there. It was an idea to be able just to connect on the same passion.
Yes.
And what it did was take us everywhere. Like it really opened up a lot of from my perspective, it opened up a lot of ideas of what can be.
Yes.
And you got so much stories we can dive into that, but I know that period was a growth period.
Yes.
For everything that was about to come.
Because the transition from reggae, island reggae, into island hip hop. That was the biggest movement. It was hesitant for us too. I mean, felt hesitant of releasing something new on record, on
Yes.
recorded. So these days was the first song that I ever recorded with you with
Yes.
Monday.
Yes.
Once we recorded that, I believe my dad was at the back in Rose Hill now.
Yes.
They were Sailor Crescent, and they were having couple with his cousins from and I was like, I was ashamed, so I went and stand behind the car,
Yeah.
and I thought, oh, how my dad's gonna how he's gonna take this, that I'm rapping, I'm not singing like him.
Yes.
So that was I was afraid in that time, in that fear factor, but waiting now. Once the beat came on these days, and my dad was celebrating. He was first time I saw him proud, like he was repeating it again over and over. He was playing it over 5 times.
Yeah.
And everyone was celebrating me coming into music now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. That's powerful. I know he's always a big advocate and supporter and always pushed us.
Yeah.
You know, and that's what we needed, and everybody did. Everyone embraced it.
Yeah.
The idea that, and we created, like, went over, built a studio in the bedroom.
Yeah.
And that's where we recorded. You think about one small room, $5 in there, take it to the mics.
Yes. It was that hot in the room. Come on.
If you ever watch Hustle and Flow, every time I watch the Hustle and Flow movie, I'm like,
exactly,
that's what we did.
Yes.
Like, that's how we did it.
Yeah. So, like, shout out to Cagney. It's a bala where we always compete in lyrics. Because it's like, okay, he writes a lyrics like that. I'm like, okay, I better be up on my game. Same with you. When we come in the studio, you writing something big, and it was like, hey, we better change something. and Monday and
was the Big Smith, man.
Yes,
like he took over on that stuff. Really took Free Loops to another level.
Wow.
And I know after we spawned a whole heap of the producers.
Yes, it influenced a lot of people.
I knew I only went to so far, and that was it. And at that time, it was it was something special. Like, everybody had something different to bring. And I remember that's why you watched last night, we did the live stream and we said stand up. The exclusive live pre-listening party for the new single that's going to come out next week. And Monkey Mark, he was the first one that exposed us down in Sydney because he was on radio.
Wow.
And I believe the song the song that kicked off was Round 2.
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Yes.
Oh, I should have had a catalog of these songs.
Yeah,
so
true.
Maybe we should do a listening special.
Yes.
Listening special where we go back to the old OBHI song. Would you guys like that? Anybody comment there? We'll set up one podcast, a special listening special to go back with some of the favorite songs.
Yeah, that would be
maybe
fantastic.
Pick out 4 or 5 and talk about the context of those songs.
Because when I hear about Round 2, me and Anki there, but Troy Kirk, so we went down. I quitted my job in council, Shire Council, just to go down Cairns. The typical, but anyway, I didn't make that decision, which was a wrong choice. But anyway, we flew down with the parents as well. Auntie Anne-Marie and Uncle Greg there and all the family. We went there. So I knew all the mills down there in Brisbane.
Yep.
So it was the first time getting introduced to Bris Vegas.
Yes, 2006. I got the video.
Yes.
I cut up the video. And I got a mini movie that I would love to release.
Yeah.
And it take us like the whole journey.
Yeah.
From airport all the way down to Brisbane to perform and the whole shit. It's an hour and 15 minutes, I think.
Yeah.
But this documentary I never released. I watch it from time to time. Like, it starts off with
wow, come on.
It's just also because all of us just went down, and this was what was profound. Like, our first trip from the Torres Straits to Brisbane as a group, we did it independently.
Yeah.
We had support. I think Simon was one that supported.
Yeah.
But other than that, maybe council, I think, supported in kind. But I know that what we did, we raised the money ourselves.
Yeah.
Put everything together. Fundraised it. Yeah. And then we just jumped on a plane and flew down.
Yeah.
And did our show. And Nick Mills, who was from around this area, he was one of the first persons I think he invited us down.
Yeah.
To the Big Sound Showcase 2006.
Yes, Big Sound.
And that was a whole different experience. I put the shout out. First, I got to say, Bala Ties, all the way from Gold Coast. Now, also the Bala from tuning in.
Yes.
Jeremiah, all the way there from Bowen tuning in.
Blessings there, bro.
Coolie is mixed with a little bit of and I gotta talk a bit about that
Yeah.
was that for Big Sound? Yes, yes. Underdwellers tuning in. Thanks, my brother, tuning in.
Underdweller.
Underdweller, yes, that
Shema
was for Big Sound, and that's where you all first connected.
Yes,
the
yeah.
PAPC crew and OBHI crew,
Yeah.
and that was. He says that's the one I remember. That was the one. I'm glad you remember. I can't remember.
Yeah.
I remember bits and pieces.
Yeah, because even like when you're talking about round two, so round two, that song, but that lyrics that I spit in there, that lyrics was because I written that lyrics, but I used that lyrics here because I was we went to Gilligan's, me and Troy. When we went to Gilligan's, there was someone was doing open mic, and we were in that party mode.
Yes.
And all of a sudden, it was me, Balatroy, I think Sister Dorina there, Pensio, shout out to Sister there. She was in there too. And she came to me and she was like, Dayne, Troy there, Troy, Anki there. When I look up on the stage, Troy was there dancing while that fella was freestyling and he was ripping him up.
Oh, true.
Battle
raps.
And Troy, well, at that time, my bala, like you don't know how to freestyle there.
Yeah.
And I was like, I put that drink down, I went up. I was like, well, this is the moment here. So when I went up, I was like, I was standing there with Troy. Anki was dancing on the stage, and all of the crowd was there in Cairns. And that fellow was ripping the mics. It was really good. And I was like, come on, give me the mic. And once he passed the mic, I turned to the crowd and I left the crowd first. And the crowd got connected. Then I turn around, then I spit that lyrics. Round two, couple of combos like Kung Fu. Sound check, breaking the soundproof. And once that was released, everyone was screaming. Then I had free drinks behind the bar. Well, that was them good old days, but
we definitely doing a special listening to some of the old tracks.
Yeah,
the power of my lyrics. That was
power of my lyrics. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. It was a chorus that I created and I shared it with Cagney.
Yeah.
And Cagney and Monet was like, hey, I got a beat for that.
Yeah.
Then once they gave it to you, then later on you was like, hey, boys, come over Horn Island. Yeah. Come over H-High. So we went over, then it was like, listen to this beat. Your lyrics was already recorded.
Yes.
And I was like, hey, what's happening? And I was like, I need to write something because I had a lyrics for it, but it wasn't that good because you had to come on that professional level where you're at. So we all written and we performed that, recorded that, and yes.
I think they did give the beat there for that one. That was Monday beat.
Yeah, Monday
but
beat.
Then I sampled an old story. The sample, if nobody don't know, what made it even more special because it was it was talking about Warrior, the power of my lyrics, and we were on that phase. I sampled the Seven Samurais, the old version of that. And when it came in, it just fit. And then there was a bit of Trinity still my name with it, so I mixed the sample. And I think I was on my RZA thing, trying to be the Wu-Tang.
That creative moment. Yeah, we all go into that creative moment. I really like that when we get into that place, into that dimension.
Yeah. Oh, looks like I just got a message. Your battery is about to change. We're just gonna change out. So I got a little crew in here. So I got a shout out to behind the camera here, Nick. So you'll see it'll go dark, but don't worry, we're still here. We're gonna yarn and we'll just change out the battery. I gotta change something with that. Yeah, you can switch it out. Okay. So going dark. Pun.
Yes.
But yeah. So everybody, we're still here. We got a few more minutes.
Yeah.
That experience was incredible. Now, what most people don't know, is okay. We really shut the gate 2008.
Yes.
And that plus Destiny plus the anthem. It was close to like 60, 70 songs.
Yes.
Actually, I compiled that on there. I put the anthem and Destiny. No, it was all up 47.
Okay. Yeah.
47 songs. But there were other ones that we were never released. Yeah. And the back of that was we had I had a catalog of almost 400 songs that was unreleased.
Wow.
And all that. But where I'm going is that it was that time that we just stayed there continuously, and we're about to come back on, guys. Yeah, so thank you for that. So we're about to we improvise. Don't worry.
Yes.
So we were there consistently all the time,
Yes.
just sharpening the tools.
Yes. So
And what I didn't know was that would be a breeding ground for the ethics, the work ethics and the workflow
yes.
that would carry on.
Yeah.
And it became a part of this, everything we do.
Yes. Because like we spoke the other time on the phone, when I talk about the facets of the diamond. Diamond has different facets.
Yes.
And when you look at the diamond, it has different edges. So different edges in that diamond. But when I see the diamond with different edges, it's like the diamond is telling me, can you bring a cutting edge? It's like bringing that emotion, the momentum of just keep on cutting what is there, but getting developed along the way. So we all are like diamonds. Like everyone who's tuning, we all are like diamonds. And diamonds is a very powerful thing because it goes through pressure, like you said,
Yes.
pressure. It goes through fire. So we have to go through in life through pain because
Yes.
pain will birth out something great.
Yeah. That's the thing. Said best there, man. I think Ludacris said it. Luda, he
Yes.
said, diamonds, pressure can create diamonds or burst pipes.
Yes.
And when I heard about your analogy, what you said about diamonds, I'm like, wow, that's a true gem right there. And man, from that, the journey, we can stay and talk about all that stuff for OBH. I think it's a segment itself that we can revisit.
Yes.
But out of that, the transition now, because there's a certain period, and I'm just mindful of everybody's time. Thank you very much for tuning in here. There was a journey that we all now went our paths, and there was a transition that happened. Yours, especially, how you're to find to where you are at now.
Yeah. So I went back to Murray Island. So just I think it was in 2008-9. I went out and I lived there for a few years. But living there, I was helping around the local events and everything through culture and all that. But I felt the emptiness inside, and I was like, that don't feel right. Like my life doesn't feel right. So at that time, my beautiful kids, they got, they entered into my life. 2010, my baby daughter Jacinta, shout out to my babies there, and Nathan, 2011. So they also changed my world. But I was like, I don't feel that I'm not enough yet. I'm not full.
Yes.
Because our main focus, what we done there in the past through One Blood Hidden Image, I had a gap. So I was like, where am I going with my life? So in that time till 2014, I think it was 2012 when I met with you. What time your album dropped?
2014.
2012 we met. Coming through that transition until 2014 I met you in TI.
Yes.
I think on the old Rainbow Motel. I forgot what's there.
Yeah, it was Island Rooster there.
Island Rooster there, and they changed another. I think this
My Pathway. Yeah,
My Pathway is there now. So in that same place, there was had a cafe.
Yes.
So in the cafe, we were sitting in there.
Yeah.
And that was the time when you said, okay, well, because I called you up before that.
Yes.
And I was like, hey, bro, I'm really, congratulating you. I'm very happy on your album, but I feel that I want to create something too. I'm in that creative position now. And so I had my transition in life, but Murray Island, when I see it, like it couldn't contain me.
Yes.
My vision and my goals, it wasn't enough for that island. It was greater. And I was like, no, I need to get out. Because I was searching for myself and searching my own destiny and seeing my transition to being developed in life. But coming back to TI, we were in there. I still remember, like it was yesterday, we were planning the legacy. You wrote legacy, circle around it. You made all these arrows, and it was like, okay, what will describe legacy?
Yes.
So I believe all these songs came out.
Yes.
And and that's the album that will be released.
They're released in 2021. We stay at now exclusive live.
Exclusive
We've been
live,
holding this gem. We were planning
Yes.
to hear this year, but COVID hit.
Yes.
But I think it's so profound that once something happened,
Mm.
COVID hit, the alignment happened,
Yeah.
everybody went internal. I believe on this the
Yeah.
spiritual alignment and rediscovering themselves and what's important in life.
Yeah.
When legacy were here, then I can tell you, man, I listened to the production of that. Shout out to B-Tag, yo.
Yes.
Shout out to
B-Tag,
Mike Justice. Man,
yes.
it's it'll be another level again.
Yes.
It'll be it's an awakening. That's what it will be.
It's a legacy. Moment I've waited for, but yes.
Shout out there, Balamadi coming on.
Balamadi.
And everybody else that's tuning in, thank you for the comments and this conversation. Yeah, now, like, you're in another phase of life. We're here back together, reconnected after many years.
Yeah.
Not only in here, but working together. And you started flipping and building your own foundations.
Yeah.
You know, you run your business.
Yes.
You know, a detailing business which is highly successful.
Yes.
Which is a great attribute to see that the determination and the travel and everything that we've experienced has brought us to become our own owners of our destiny.
Yes, because I believe, like, in music, it opened a new door too. It created a new door, a new opportunity. Because I was like, music wasn't enough. So it was like, okay, because like even today, streaming through music, the income, the finance wasn't enough. It couldn't provide for our daily needs.
Yes.
So I was like, oh no, I need to be something. But I wanted to go do mines and whatever. But that idea of creating detailing got birthed in 2017. I only moved October, December, Christmas Eve. I drove back from Brisbane to Cairns with my business. And I started from there.
Yes.
I went ups and downs, but yes,
that's it. The committing to it, and just goes to show the entrepreneurial spirit, and that's what this platform is about.
Yeah,
speaking about creative arts, culture, business. Even though there are different categories, they're all interlinked and intertwined, and that's what we've discovered. Like through the foundations that are built with the businesses now, we use it from a cultural lens.
Yeah,
that everything that we've connected to and with upbringing prepared us for this.
Yes,
and that's what I see. That and music as well. That opened the doors, the entrepreneurial mindset of do it yourself and creating our own studios, creating our own journey.
Yeah,
and it led us to this point. Right here now, we're experiencing a new wave where we're going through a different form of media and connection with the people, and sharing these stories.
Yes, because it's like we don't wait on opportunities, we create.
Yes,
that's how we roll. We open doors. We don't wait for the doors to be open for us, but we open it. Yeah. We have the access. Because just another inspiring, because one of the inspirations of mine, the motivational speakers, Eric Thomas, Tony. Who's Tony Robbins? Tony Robbins. I saw him back in the days. He's always come up on TV. But Eric Thomas. He said, once you identify yourself, you will no longer operate from a position of desperation.
Yes.
And I was like, yes, that's where I'm at. I am not operating from a position of desperation, but I know who I am, discovering myself, knowing my gifts, and that the gifts and my talent and my effort, dedicating into it, investing into it, gives me the opportunity to share my gift.
Yes, that's profound, man. And I know, like that saying, Mark Twain, the two most important days of your life is the day you were born and the day you discover why.
Yes.
And once that, exactly what you said, once you find that out, it becomes, yourself so well that it becomes, you become attuned to how you move in the universe.
Yes.
That's powerful. So what's next, my brother?
Next is revisioning out and expanding the business.
Yep.
Yes. Should I say it?
No, okay. Keep that for another.
So expanding the business, releasing the album next year. It's all about this 2 months. It's all about refocusing and building the structure of everything.
Yes.
Before we focusing out. I wrote a note, and I just believe when it goes back to diving, because there's a 2 different instrument now. We still use the spear, the fish spear,
Yes.
We create in bamboo or stick, and we put that that spear and the one iron spear.
Yes.
So when you look at that, I just want to add that. So in a moving target, when the fish is moving underwater, because of the pressure and how everything underwater is so different dimension from us up here.
Yes.
So when you target that fish, you don't point and aim that fish spear on the fish itself, on the target itself. No, you don't do that. You have to put it before it. So you actually, the spear here and the fish is here, you point, you aim it there, and because when you release it, it will actually you will hit the target. Because if you aim the spear straight, you will miss it. You will always hit behind. So that's in life. So the whole moral of it is always aim your goals beforehand. Create, refocus, vision out everything for the future. Then you will hit everything on the right timing.
Yes.
It's all about timing. It's all about persistence. It's all about patience. Patience is the key to seeing your goals
Yes.
come to pass.
Yes.
Yeah.
Not too good. Man, this is we can down about all kind of things.
come on.
I'm mindful for everybody. We usually
Yeah.
keep it an hour, but if it goes over, it goes over.
Yeah.
Look, I want to be you for coming joining me on the Black Table.
Yes.
We covered a lot of things, and I think we're gonna have to have a round two.
Yes.
Just for everybody out there, thank you very, very much for all your
Yes.
comments and
Thanks
always
there once again.
engaging. And everyone, like, really appreciate that you are here on this journey with us. And if you can, what we'd love to do is build our community. So our Facebook page, just like that, so you're always aware of what we're posting up. YouTube, please go and subscribe, like and subscribe, and share this throughout your networks, man, and continue the conversation and open the dialogues. And I love all the questions and everything asking. Balamati, Kudrak, he's very acknowledged and respect up at the top, up in Mare as well.
Yeah.
He knows. He said the message, the good seafood from Mare.
Well,
And that's
good,
where
bro.
that's like the top east. So that's where the barrier starts.
Yes.
So you're gonna get all the best,
Yes.
the fresh seafood and everything.
Yeah.
And we should do a whole segment on that.
Yeah, true.
But yes, Balatai is Dayne Jah. I'm out. But no, thank you very much. Once again, there, subscribe on YouTube and Facebook. Also, we are connected on Patreon, so please go check out our Patreon page. I'm going to put up the link here so you guys can have a look at that. And check it out. Join us, because we got some inspirational content and live events that we bring from, all the things that we do to the communities, and you get to experience it in real time with us. So check out our Patreon page, and you will see some of the other things we'll put up there as well, from new releases, music, cultural content, performances, events, but everything's there in the one community that we're trying to build.
Yeah.
And my brother, like I just want to echo you again, not only for just this podcast, but the journey has been incredible. We've grown and shared a lot together. You were steel, sharpening steel, to be able to become, who Mau Power is. And that's what One Blood Hidden Image was. It was the foundation, the birthing ground. That and PAPC, Poverty As Production Crew, really, really created the journey for me. And you have always been there. You out throughout our journey, we were connecting all the way. And we're still here doing our thing.
Still here today.
But William Banu, thank you there.
William.
For your time here as well, and God bless to you. And my brother, I just want to ask, I always ask everybody from the Black Table, before we go, if you have one gem, one value, one piece of nugget of gold that you want to leave, I know we got plenty, but you want to leave here to impart and give it as a gift to our viewers and our followers, and that it may enrich their lives, what would that be?
You reap what you sow. So in order to saying that, you reap what you sow, all of your dedication, your effort, everything you have through your goals and visions, that once you lay it down, you will eventually reap what you sow. Because I'm just want to add that there is power in a seed. Because planting that into a ground, it has its own power to bursting forth life or bursting forth something new. And that's what we do in life. So we as a seed, we are sowing into the atmosphere or into the environment. We are sowing our dreams, our goals and visions, and eventually in the future it will reap.
Mm.
So you reap what you sow. Stay blessed there, brothers and sisters. And so there, once again, I just want to shout out for everyone. Thanks for investing your time. Once again, we all, like the Bala said, iron sharpen iron. We all invest. We all inspire each other to build and build us all up. Because once again, stand up is coming
Yes.
out, and it's
6th of November.
6th of November.
So next Friday we're gonna do actually the podcast on the release. So
yes,
tune in for that, because we're gonna live our first live broadcast to the world. You know, we had
Yes.
the listening party last night,
yes,
and you were part of that.
yes.
You listen. Anything you want to share about that?
Yes, like I really want to share that it's a right timing that music is coming forth.
Mm.
It's being released into this atmosphere. It will bring forth hope, because we went through a lot, through the police brutality, through the march, through what happened here as well in our region, and what we are doing together, building ourselves up as indigenous, and that music, it brings up more hope, more light, more fire, more power into the movement as well.
Sorry, Bala.
Yes, congratulations.
No,
Bala.
thank you.
That's
When it comes out, man.
yes.
Yeah. Too good, Vala. All right, big so, my brother. Thank you for the black table. Thank you, everybody
Yes.
there. And look, shout out to Bala. Hey, thanks, Jah, Underdweller. Always
So Bala.
great to have you here and been a supporter from day one. A
Yes.
brother, always. We started out this as well. Another lyricist,
Yes.
sharp and steel,
True.
bro. So
Yep.
it's all coming full circle and maintaining and being here and celebrating together.
Mhm.
So I will close it off here, and I want to say the Golden Mike from the North. I want to thank you very much here for joining us at Powercast. One more thing before I go. Now, this is aligned to what you said at the beginning, to the number 11 being, transformational. And it's the 11th episode, which is where I'm now announcing that from the next broadcast on, this platform will no longer be known as Powercast, but I am changing the title now to be Powerverse, simply because there is another existing Powercast, and as much as they're great and it's all good with it, it's not. We don't want to confuse the communities and the branding. So with that being said, the decision is from here on moving forward, Powercast will be now known as Powerverse. And Chris Rada, thank you, brother. You take care as well. CJ, the head of Poverty Ass Production crew, and Balamadi, thank you always there for joining as well. So stand up, love it. Thank you. You were there last time with the listening party. So and thank you for your support from day one. But once again, I re-announced that Powercast will now become Powerverse, and it's a new part of the journey, the transformation that what Brother Dayne was talking about. It's kind of, I don't know if you call it serendipity, man. It just all was happening at the same time, and this is how the universe flow, and we are blessed. And with that being said, I'm going to say goodnight to you guys, and I want to say all the way up here from Giveaway Country, from this live stream, as we always say here on the platform of now called Powerverse, stay inspired, stay empowered, and stay connected. That's all. God bless.